Okay. I had a little time. I got a little time. I got about 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe 20 at the max. Look at the sun, how beautiful it is. I should take a picture because it's really pretty coming over. I just want to dance. Okay, so I really wanted to talk about Wendy and Ashley and Robin and that shit, because Rodney made a video asking, was Wendy wrong? You know, and I was reading the comments, and people, you guys are kind of even on, like, was Wendy wrong? Should Wendy apologize? Some of y'all said she apologized on Twitter. I don't know. I don't follow her, so I don't know. So maybe she did. Maybe she felt bad by the way she looked, because a lot of people, they don't realize when these people edit these scenes, how they can make you look a certain way, and you're like, ooh, that's not even what happened. So I went and watched it again after Rodney's video, because, you know, a lot of people were saying that Wendy was wrong. She was aggressive. It was all on her. Like Giselle said, that was all on you. And it really wasn't all on her. And I really think that because she's new, we might not be giving her the benefit of the doubt. It seemed like, when I watched it again for the third time last night, it seemed like Wendy was, I don't think she was aggressive. I think she was assertive, and I don't think that she backed down. Now, if you want to call that aggressive from another perspective, you might call that. But what's the girl's name? Ashley, this is how it happened. This is how I watched it last night. I watched it again. Robin asked Ashley, why didn't Michael wouldn't take the baby? She was like, no, I wanted to bring him. But we know that that's not the truth. We know that Michael was in the other scene talking to Ashley like, you're going to take the baby, right? The baby needs to be with its mother. It's very, very young, right? The baby, right? You're going to take the baby, right? And Ashley seemed very reluctant and seemed as if she was forced, right? However, she don't want nobody to know that Michael basically threw the baby in her arms as he was walking out the door down to the bar with his friends and his husband, or his boyfriend, allegedly, down to the strip club, allegedly, because you know how they do, allegedly. So they down to the, so when Robin asked the girl, hold on, because I want to get to the scene. I really do. So Robin said, I'm trying to get to it, and this damn thing get on my damn nerves. Let's play it, because I watched it last night. Okay. So I'm going to get to the scene. Because Ashley, in her confessional, she said, you brought up my, no, and then at the dinner table, she said, you brought up my husband. She did not bring up your husband. You brought up your husband, because Robin brought up your husband. And then Karen asked, does seeing Dean make you miss your baby? And she said, yeah, because, I didn't know. And they made it seem like the offer wasn't extended to Wendy, but it was extended to Stewie. Right? It was extended to Ashley and not extended to Wendy. That's what it seemed like. So she was kind of thrown off when they announced that, when she said Ashley is going to have the room with the crib and the bunk beds because she's bringing her nanny. She was like, what? Girl, I thought we couldn't bring out, this was a girl's trip. Everybody knows when it's a girl's trip, it is understood that there will be no children there. It's understood of that. And if you walk into a place and somebody says, oh, and a baby's coming, you're like, well, bitch, I've been pumping like a damn fool. I could have brought my baby with me. Now, saying you're a new mom, that created an atmosphere of like, okay, let's prove her wrong. Let's prove her she's not a new mom, this and that. Ashley whispers, hold on, what happened? Ashley whispers and says, my husband has to work. That's what she said, right? My husband has to work. And that's when Wendy said, she said, my husband works too. And he takes care of the kids. So that was a dig to Ashley. Like, girl, and Ashley holding on to her husband just throwing the baby in her arms, took offense to that. And then said, and Ashley was the first one to start cussing and told Wendy to mind her fucking business, right? Then she got up out of the chair and walked behind Robin and then did this. Projecting much? Projecting much? While Wendy remained seated. But Wendy was the aggressor, right? Okay. I don't understand what y'all be watching, and I think it is, that's what I said, like, I try to watch. I know I don't care for Ashley, but I was like, I'm trying to watch it to see where it looks like this was all Wendy, and it wasn't all Wendy. It wasn't all Wendy. Then when Ashley said, my husband has to work, she said, my husband works too, and he takes care of kids, but he owns the company. My husband is an attorney. But he owns the company, which makes you seem stupid, because if your husband owns the company, you would think he has more freedom to do what the fuck he wants, especially watch his child. Okay. I'm trying to find this clip and it's not playing. It's getting my nerves. I said, that was not all Wendy, honey. I don't know what y'all was talking about. I'm not sure what y'all was talking about, but we're about to listen to it right now. Because, okay, I want to play it for y'all. We're going to play this. We're going to play this, damn it. How long it's been? 7 minutes? Okay, I'm not wasting too much time. I'm not wasting too much of y'all time. Here we go.
I want to know you ladies on a deeper level, but more...
Somebody said the bird flew over to her because she had on white. You think that's what it was? Hold on, let me get past that. I do not like Giselle Bryant. I'm sorry, I don't like her personality type at all. And you done had the same 2 taglines for 5 years. For 5 years, for 5 seasons, you done had the same tagline. Here we go. Here we go.
Michael's not watching Dean this weekend?
No, I can't get away from him.
Oh, that's
I just can't.
Ashley,
Yeah.
come on now.
No, I can't.
I just can't get away from him. That's a lie. Because if Michael would have took that baby, you would have been down there drinking Coronas with the rest of them hoes. Okay?
This your third. Don't judge. I'm a new mom too. Don't judge. Her baby is 2 weeks older than mine. So my baby's actually the youngest. But that's your third. Okay? Come on. I'm a new...
You have a new baby. But you have a new baby. You're not a new mom. You're not. You got a new baby, yes.
I was in the NICU with my daughter. Kim was born prematurely. Thank God she was healthy.
Aww.
You hungry?
Aww.
But she came almost...
Well, we've seen the baby nursery. You're going to love it.
Is it nice?
It's very nice. Does seeing baby Dean make you miss your baby?
I do. Like I said, I don't know why.
Ashley's like this.
What don't you know about?
It's a girl's weekend. My husband has to go to work.
My husband has to go to work.
Too, but my husband's spending time with the kids and he's with the kids. But my husband's watching them when he's at work. My husband is an attorney. He owns his...
Ashley said my husband owns the company, right? Because she took that as a dig when she said my husband works and he watches the kids. My husband owns the company. She said my husband is an attorney, but my husband owns the company. My husband is an attorney. So they one up in each other. This was not just Wendy.
Yeah, my husband's an attorney.
You have a nanny.
I have a nanny. You have a nanny.
That's my best friend.
Yeah, but she watches your kid.
Because you choose to be away from your child, that's your business.
Okay, that was a dig. Because you choose to be away from your child. That's your business. Who says that to somebody? Ashley does. Ashley Darby. Stewie Darby does. Sheila's child.
I know how much I sacrificed and suffered to be able to be here. I pumped around the clock. I was pumping every 2 hours. I put milk.
And the fact that none of those mothers had compassion to extend to Wendy, and the fact that she was explaining herself, Monique, because Monique said that wasn't explained in the kitchen. That sounds like she's explaining herself.
Just so I could spend the weekend with you ladies and make sure I'm present. So I know it can be done. So I don't have sympathy for her saying she's a new mother. I just don't.
So that was a dig. I don't give you sympathy. I didn't ask for your sympathy.
Mind your business.
This is my business.
Go FaceTime your kids.
Go FaceTime your kid and mind your fucking business. This is Ashley. This is Wendy. So I don't understand what y'all talking about. Okay, so here we go. Ashley goes like this and walks away. Ashley goes, projecting much? Projecting much? That will get you beat up. All them hand movements and that head bobbing, you gonna get beat up. You gonna get beat up. You gonna get beat up. What am I projecting? You're projecting, Ashley, because you're really mad that that woman said my husband is an attorney and watches the kids. You sound like a fool saying that your husband owns a company, because if your husband owns the company, he has more free time to do what the fuck he wants to do because he owns it. Right? So while you throwing it in her face trying to one-up her, you really setting yourself up, because somebody who owns the company has the freedom to do what the fuck they want to do.
1 second, please. Jeez.
That was it.
I do not like anyone criticizing me or my son. Wendy's
You don't like anybody criticizing you or your son. Ashley, shut the fuck up. Here we go.
projecting all of her insecurities onto me. And access denied. I'm not having that.
That's fake. That's fake, because Wendy is not projecting her insecurities. You are. That's why you got upset and felt like you had to one-up her. And then you go in the room and say she's jealous because she didn't bring her baby. You had to bring your baby. You had to bring your baby, Ashley.
She's just mad because she didn't want to bring her baby.
She's just mad because she didn't want to bring her baby. That's not how it went. So I don't know what y'all talking about. That's all I got to say. Y'all know I don't care. So I was like, no, we need to come down here and talk about this, because it wasn't just Wendy. It was not just Wendy. It was Ashley too. And then when they get down to the table, they gaslight the shit out of Wendy. And Monique says, well, that was like really harsh. You didn't explain it at the house. That woman sat there and said, I had to make sacrifices to get here. So if you guys as mothers don't understand the sacrifice, as experienced mothers with old ass kids, Karen, you got kids out of the house. Giselle, your kids barely want to deal with you because you so stupid over some dick. And then Robin, your kids is young. You understand? You understand the sacrifice people, when you have a child and you want to go someplace, the sacrifices, the things you got to do, the things you got to coordinate with other people. And yes, I misspoke when I said even Chris's barbarian ass was taking care of the kids. He wasn't. His wife hired 24-hour nanny. So he don't have to do nothing. She just basically hired a wife for the weekend for him. So he can still drink wine and watch sports. So no, he wasn't even watching his own fucking children. I wouldn't expect anything less. Now, because I was shocked, honey. I was like, okay, Chris is even watching his damn kids. But when I watched it again last night, she done hired a damn wife for her to come in and clean the house and do everything and watch the kids so Chris can just play his role as husband. That's it. But Ashley, girl, shut the fuck up. Exactly what I meant. Shut the fuck up. Here we go.
Yeah. How? Why y'all talking to that?
And Ashley, if you said that your asshole was torn and your asshole was torn 3 months prior, you're telling me it's taking you a quarter of a year for your asshole to heal? Is that what you're saying? And you're sitting down on 2-hour rides coming to a lake house?
According to is not the way to get there.
I'm like, hey.
Now let's listen. Now there's a thing with Ashley and Wendy. They're one-upping each other and they are taking digs. Here we go.
Okay.
I am sometimes a tough nut to crack.
No, I feel like you're tough when like that happened in the kitchen.
Okay.
That's when I'm like,
That was all caused by you, for the record.
Come on, Giselle.
Yes.
That was all caused by you. Are you kidding me? Like,
Not. I am a new mom myself, and so it touched a sensitive spot.
You were ferocious.
She really wasn't. Maybe what we saw, maybe they cut off the ferociousness, because I didn't see ferocious. She didn't wave her hands. She actually was mimicking. She was mimicking Ashley. She was mimicking her, mirroring her, I should say.
Best way to describe how you come at me.
Passionate.
Ferocious.
I was passionate.
You actually talked about me bringing Dean, and you talked about my husband.
She didn't talk about your husband. You brought up your husband, and Robin brought up your husband. Y'all bitches is sitting here lying. So unless they cut out the part where Wendy talked about her husband, to me, she didn't talk about her husband. Your ass brought him up. He owns the company.
My husband into the equation. It was not.
And even Giselle goes, that's true.
You decided to pop off when she mentioned Michael.
I didn't pop off. I told you how.
Oh, that was a pop.
No,
Your voice elevated.
When I pop off, I pop off. That wasn't a pop off. What's very clear here is your issue is not what I said. Your issue is my delivery. Because that's all you keep on talking about. That's what you keep on saying. That's what you keep on saying.
You're still doing this to me.
Why can't my hair be like this? What's wrong with you? It's not aggressive. You're upset that my hair is like this.
Back it up a notch. Back it up a notch.
Can we rewind a little bit?
Honey, y'all not gonna get me.
For you to get here.
That's what I was saying.
And I don't understand how none of those women act like the only person sitting at this table who would have a lack of understanding is Candace. She is the only one without a child to not understand what it takes to organize to go on a trip while you are breastfeeding, to go on a trip, that the sacrifices you have to make. I'm done talking about it. I think I'd improved my point. What do y'all think? Let's get down in the comments. I'm out of here. That's been 19 minutes. Gotta go. Peace.